Okay, well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Artist Corner. My name is Jen Morrow, and I'm here with my co-host Chris Chan.
Chris Chan's here. Oh my gosh, she was on the Artist Corner last week.
I was on the Artist Corner
Remember
last
that?
week, but I'm back in my chair.
She's back
in the host position. I'm very excited for today's episode, especially because we have a very special guest. Eddie Angel is here today.
We're very excited.
Yeah, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Eddie Angel is the name I go by as far as performing. I just kind of went solo recently. I was in a band called Sounds of Noise, and now I'm just on my solo journey to put out more just personal music, without having to deliberate with anybody else, so that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Good, that's awesome. Yeah. So what are you working on right now? What's
right now we just released Clear as Crystal EP, and it was released in February. So I still call it new, and this is my first solo EP, and I feel like I'm ready for an album or two.
Yeah.
So the best way to do it is to do that, come out with a nice little short mixtape, you can call it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good mix. It's like you got pop, you have kind of like sad, heavy, slow rock, and then you've got some deep, tempo, groovy
different
stuff.
genres.
Yeah, and then you got like a pop, like total bright song, which I probably will play one of those.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Now.
Different emotions throughout the album.
Yeah, and it's only 4 songs, but I felt like that was what people can judge me by.
Yeah,
really
if they like it.
Yeah.
So.
I listened a little bit on Bandcamp.
Oh, right on. Yeah. Thank you.
Super cool.
I always appreciate anybody checking it out. Because that's. It's just hard to be heard and seen, so this is obviously a great opportunity, and I just want to thank you guys again.
Well, of course.
Thank you for
Tiger and UOP.
Yeah. We're really excited.
Absolutely. Cool. So what sparked your interest in music? Who do you think for inspiring you writing and stuff?
It goes really far back, but one of the kickers was Nirvana.
Oh, okay.
It was I was in high school. I have to admit that I was in high school when they came out, and just that inspired other artists like indie rock bands like Pavement and Guided by Voices.
Yeah.
And another band like Dinosaur Jr. and Sebadoh. So that was just a tidbit of the iceberg. There was a lot of classic rock that was obviously very influential, but as far as my generation and what music was doing, those bands got my attention.
That's your biggest
And one of them's from band Pavement is from Stockton.
Oh, okay.
As well. So I'm like, oh shit. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you can swear. It is.
But yeah, I was just really stoked to come out to Stockton eventually and work on music here and get to meet Gary and his friends, and I've actually got to meet Steve Malkmus, the dude lead singer, and got to play his guitar backstage. It was really neat. It was at the church. I think it's called the Church or something like that in SF. The Chapel, actually. It's called the Chapel. But yeah, that was a great, cool moment for me. And thanks to Gary, I was able to go back there and meet him and just use him as a muse a little bit too.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I really was inspired by his drumming.
Right.
Before I started doing guitar, I was a drummer. So that was the dude for me to be
that's the guy. That's the guy.
Yeah, got a lot of character. So
yeah. So what's the first song you're gonna be playing for us?
So this is gonna be "Do What You Feel." It's the single that we all chose for the EP.
Okay.
And there's currently a video out right now. YouTube, Eddie Angel, "Do What You Feel," and I have to say I'm getting a lot of good feedback. I'm more views than I thought I would get, in a matter of over a month, and it just keeps building and going on its own, so that's cool.
Good, and we want you to have more and more. I'm sure we will.
So, and that's what I'm gonna do right now.
Take it away.
All right, here it is. From the start, it's how you feel. Busting grooves and lay down. Play a song and sing a tune. It's what we do. Say what you feel, stand up.
That was really. Thanks. I loved that. Wow, so you're really good at guitar too.
Yeah, I blame it on the drumming.
Yeah.
Because the drumming is so a timer thing.
Yeah.
And now I just kind of adapted that same thingy to the guitar.
Right.
So it's a real drummer approach.
It's very percussive.
It's very lead single like. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
I like that.
I appreciate that.
I very love the groove.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for that beautiful song.
For sure.
That was really great.
We are going to take a short break, but we will be right back with more Eddie Angel. So.
Times change, times change, times change, times change. Won't be the same. From the first G, so many things have changed. All my priorities had to shuffle and rearrange. It's like I started a new chapter, I flipped the page. Whoever knew that I would be on top of my own stage. All of the people that I thought I had to impress, for them to care about me, but they could probably care less. I always say I'll be glad when it's over, when it begins, but I always find myself looking back and sad when it ends. Back when we were playing the name game, my real friends were with me before the fame, and I just wanted the whole world to know my name. Try to act like you don't mind. I can see the feelings you're trying to hide. I can tell by looking in your eyes. I can tell after all this time. Listen up, girl, you're a fine thing. It ain't about the glam or even about the bling. It's about how you get up and who steps out the ring. I was looking for answers, but I found none. If you keep searching, finding something in the long run. I've been searching for too long for things that were nothing but wrong. I'ma keep being me till the day that I be gone. I don't care if you agree. I'ma keep being me. I'ma be the absolute best version that I could possibly be. No lies and no deceit, no returns and no receipt. Yeah, you got what you got. I ain't giving up my seat. Yeah, it's my throne. Yeah, I've grown and I've changed more than you could possibly know. Same dream on the other hand, flying higher, I'm in Neverland. Back when we were playing the name game, my real friends are with me before the fame, and I just wanted the whole world to know my name. Yeah, we keep playing the name game. My real friends were with me before the fame, and I just wanted the whole world to know my name. My real friends were with me before the fame, and I just wanted the whole world to know my name. And I just wanted the whole world to know my name.
Oh, that was yours.
And we're back.
You're back.
We're back with Eddie Angel. So in case
Hey,
you're just tuning in, Eddie Angel is a local artist that we just heard one of his songs, and it was amazing. But now we're going to transition a little bit more, and Eddie, we'd like to get to know a little bit more about you. So, like, aside from the music, what other kinds of things are you into, like hobbies?
I'm really into movies. I've done some acting in the past.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, a little bit. I love claiming this one here, but I worked on The Wonder Years.
Okay.
When I was a little kid, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the show was really popular, and ever since then, I just kind of really got into like film and actors and directors, and
Very cool.
I'm like really into 80s movies right now for some reason.
Me too.
I'm like stuck there.
Oh, wow.
So that's like a huge thing, and another thing is I want to eventually like direct some kind of like indie film or my next video, but I'm kind of co-directing that right now.
Yeah, that's
with
awesome.
a camera guy, producer. So I'm really into film, and I wouldn't mind like writing and being more involved in that kind
Cool.
of art.
Yeah.
Do you have any like concepts that you're throwing around for some film projects?
Kind of like a biography.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Life story,
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's very cool.
Because I've brushed with a lot of musicians in the past, and I've had the honor to work with artists that I knew before they got a Grammy.
Wow.
And, one of them's name is Ike Owens. He's passed away now, but I was privileged to work with him and put out an album where he guest organ keys.
Oh wow!
And came out in a video or two, and it was kind of our little dream come true because he blew up with like Mars Volta and eventually joined Jack White on tour.
Wow!
And while that was happening, he wanted to be in my album and video, so it's like that was really neat.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, so I have things to say and share, and I think it would help people along the way, even their musical journey.
Yeah,
'cause it's not easy.
It's really cool how you have you're kind of starting to get more and more connections from like the music industry too.
Definitely, like just the other day, I was telling one of your staff here. I was really shocked that like the dude from Sub Pop Records was following my story, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god, it's Jonathan. He like co-owns Sub Pop, which is like a super cool record label in Seattle.
Yeah.
And a lot of the bands that were on that label inspired me, and I just couldn't believe it. And so I was like, wow, I wonder what's that all about. But like you said, there's just people coming around.
Yeah.
And just even here, working with people here, like I said, Gary and him linking me up with other artists, and also working with Lucky Lou, who produces out of Modesto. And he does a lot of community things for the city, and he's just like a genius when it comes to sound and engineering, and like I couldn't believe he wanted to work with me, so that was really neat too.
Yeah.
And that was recent, so kind of want to share all that.
Yeah, definitely.
Just, my passion for music, and
absolutely,
and eventually drum again, like go back to where I started.
Yeah.
And drum.
Go back to the roots.
Yeah, and even produce singers, like other artists that I can help work with, and just like you just never know. You never know.
Yeah. And it's really, I admire you for like putting all your music out there and getting it.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit, but like it does involve a team of people, and that's what I'm working on right now, is like building that team.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you have like a favorite kind of performance that you've done, or one memorable time that you've?
Yeah, I played with a rock and Espanol group where I got to play the Roxy in LA, sold out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
In Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles, and it was sold out. Like I couldn't believe it.
Right.
And we were about to go on tour to Spain, and I remember that was like a big LA. We're leaving tour show actually, and when we came out, they had like just screaming audience.
Wow.
And they had a great record out.
It's like a dream for me.
Yeah,
like wow.
They was their fans. I just joined as a musician. They needed a rhythm guitar player, backup singer, and so I learned the album in a month while they were touring Mexico.
Wow.
And then they came back and were like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "I hope so."
That's crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Getting that energy from people like in your audience, I think that's just one of my favorite things.
The really fun thing that happened that night also was like the encore. So the singer, his name is Victor, he looks at me, he's like, hey, we didn't rehearse this song, but do you know this song that we should play right now? And I'm like, dude, I know that song. And he just was like, I can't, like I just blew his mind away. Yeah, so that was memorable, like no rehearsal, just played it live. And
that's awesome.
It's like, hey, you guys hired me, so I went to work.
That's like magic. That's like performance magic right there. So do you want to take us away with another song?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and play Do What You Feel. I already did that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and do We're Alive, and this is the next single. So just bear with me because it's kind of hard to put on acoustic.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
It's a little strenuous on my hands, but yeah, this is going to be the next single, We're Alive. What do you do it for?
Honestly,
was
what
amazing.
another. I really like that one actually.
Oh,
I thought it worked
I
really
really,
well.
yeah, I couldn't even tell it's not an acoustic song. You know,
Yeah.
I liked it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wrote it on like a Casio keyboard
Okay.
while my baby was sleeping.
Oh.
And then I was like, oh, wow, maybe I should try the acoustic because I was really digging that little groove.
Yeah.
And then it became an acoustic song, and then the version you've heard is the rock song. Like
Right.
Bigger.
Loved it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that's very like stripped
Cool.
down and like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, a little backstory behind that song is a friend of mine moved to Peru. He's still living there now, and he gave me a challenge, and he said, hey, you should write like an acapella, like a song where, you know, you kind of really go down deep, like the Dirty South, and
Yeah.
think of like back in the day when, you know, slaves were singing,
Mhm.
you know, it's like painful, and the blues were created.
Oh yeah, I get that vibe from that. Yeah.
He challenged me, and that's what I came up with as far as the lyrics.
Yeah.
So
I like
that
it.
was the backstory to
Yeah,
that.
I really like that one.
Cool. Well, Eddie, we're going to have a few more questions for you
For sure.
after the break, but we're just going to
Awesome.
take a quick break and then we'll be back with more
Angel.
music and more chats.
Yeah.
Lately I've been stuck in a daydream where you call me darling and baby, where we spend all day walking in the rain, talking books and philosophy and songs and plays. Lately I don't know what I do if you saw right through my heart, 'cause it's filled with you and the things you do. I can't get enough, I can't get enough. I'm practical about the situation at hand. I try to be rational, but your smile's all I have in my mind. The way it lights up the room, the way I can't seem to move when you look my way. 'Cause lately I've been stuck in a daydream where you call me darling and baby, where we spend all day walking in the rain, talking books and philosophy and songs and plays. Lately I don't know what I do if you saw right through my heart, 'cause it's filled with you and the things you do. I can't get enough, I can't get enough. I try to retrace my steps to back before I fell apart. I try to catch my breath, but you stole it like you stole my heart. I want you out of my head, I want your memory dead, but I guess that's not quite the truth. Ooh, lately I've been stuck in a daydream where you call me darling and baby, where we spend all day walking in the rain, talking books and philosophy and songs and plays. Lately I don't know what I do if you saw right through my heart, 'cause it's filled with you and the things you do. I can't get enough, I can't get enough. And I know that I'm only being delusional, and I know that I'm never on your mind like you're on mine, and I know that I'll never get to hold you or call you mine, 'cause that's someone else's right, and she's beautiful. But at least I've still got my daydream where you call me darling and baby, where I fall asleep and you're sleeping soundly right beside me. But now I don't know what I'll do since you went and broke my heart.
And we are back
We are back with the one and only.
with the one and only
One and
Angel.
only Eddie Angel.
So, what is next for you? Like, what do you feel like in the next 5-10 years? Where do you see yourself? What do you see yourself doing and pursuing?
Oh wait. Oh wait. Okay, there. Can you hear yourself now?
Check.
There it
There you
is.
go.
So that was a good question, and I see myself putting out like a few records that hopefully will be like cool.
Yeah, I would
Cool
love for you to do
AF.
that. Cool AF.
Cool
I
AF.
agree. Yeah, I would love that.
You know, and I feel like after that I can start signing other people. You know, so like I said earlier, working with artists and
Starting your own record label.
Yeah, I have a little something going on now, but I just would rather have it become more once they see what I can do.
Right.
And so I feel like this solo album, you know, these albums need to come out.
Yeah.
And then after that, I can help others, you know, come out themselves. And just, I want to really get involved with like a different style of music, which would be like maybe a little bit of hip hop, a
Absolutely.
little bit of drum and bass,
Yeah.
and then guitars and a real bass guitar, and then work with vocalists, you know,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
friends that can sing. My girlfriend can sing, so I'm kind of working on getting her out as well,
Cool.
and having her involved in my album as well. So I just want to start intertwining my music with other artists.
Yeah.
Mostly,
Absolutely.
and then hopefully I'll put out like that little movie, that little
Yeah.
something.
Please do.
Yeah.
You know, that'll be the 10-year one, but in the next 5 years, I'm thinking like definitely 2 albums and tour, and then work with new musicians. In fact, I'm working on a single right now where it's going to combine my style with an MC.
Okay.
So I'm
That's
currently
exciting.
looking for hip hop rappers.
Okay, very good. Oh, there's a bunch
There's
of
plenty
I mean,
Pacific.
there's
at the
plenty,
school.
right?
There's plenty.
Yeah.
So besides that upcoming project, what else is there? Is there more albums, performance coming up?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know, maybe like probably go to Europe too. I mean, honestly, I really want to go to
Yeah.
Europe and do this thing in Europe. I've been there once, and it wasn't really my music. It was someone else's music. And when I was there, I told myself, when I come back, I have to come back doing my own music.
Yeah.
So that's a goal of mine, and I don't know when that's going to happen, but, you know, it should be soon. It should be really soon. And,
Yeah.
and also events like South by Southwest in Austin, Texas.
Right.
Last couple years I missed, but I feel like after this next video and a couple more shows, I'll be totally ready.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to come to your Europe tour, your European tour. I think that'd be so
Yeah,
I love
cool.
that.
I love Europe, and they're really into music, and
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
think it's only natural that like I share this with them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, and I know they'll like appreciate it. So
Yeah.
That's awesome.
can't
Very
wait.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to say goodbye pretty soon,
All right.
but we want to hear one more song. And
All right.
but before we do that, and before we close out with that, can you tell the folks at home where they can find you, social media handles,
Yeah,
all
sure.
that?
And thanks for letting me do this.
Of course.
course.
Yeah, so you can find me on Bandcamp, and that's on my Instagram link, immediate link there. And I have a YouTube channel, Eddie Angel Music. It's really simple. And I've also just uploaded my music onto like every single site, which a lot of artists are like fortunately able to do nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, that goes as far as like Tidal Music, you know, Deezer out in the UK, Europe.
Spotify.
Spotify,
Very cool.
Pandora, you know, Google Play and Apple Music as well. It's like pretty much everywhere, that EP. And I've got way more
Great.
music, but I'm just like holding on to it for this album. Just
Great.
to go ahead and make it worthwhile. So
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I know we're really excited to
We are.
hear what you have in store, and we'll be
Sweet.
looking out for that.
And I
Definitely.
thank you guys again. Brought
Oh, of
I'm
course.
glad I
Oh, yeah.
met you guys, and we
Yeah.
were able to make this happen.
And we're glad
So
you
fun.
could come down and
Yeah.
show us your music and everything.
We appreciate
Yeah.
it. Okay, so do you want to introduce your last
Sure.
song here?
Yeah, this is I believe this is the last song on the EP, and it's called Spaceship.
All right,
And
take it
it's-
away.
Yeah, it's a little song about spaceship. Isn't it cool? I bought a pavement record, thinking that I
That was
It
great.
was beautiful.
I love that vibey,
Thanks.
the vibe feeling. Very like,
Yeah, it's a spaceship ride.
very chill.
I
Yeah.
can-
I
I
took
see
off
it.
for a minute and I came
Yeah,
back.
okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
on the
it's
show.
my pleasure, guys,
We
for
really
sure.
We really appreciate
From the bottom
coming.
of my heart, man, you guys are the dopest. For
Oh,
Oh.
thank you. And you came all the way from Lake Tahoe, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Well, right back at you.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure.
so talented. Yeah. I'm just
I
really
I
excited
wish
to
you the
see
best.
And your staff personnel lady, she said I'll be invited to this next festival
Oh, yeah.
here on the Garden.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm kind of eager to see what's up with that, and that sounds amazing too. So,
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll be there.
I'll be back.
Excited to
Yeah, see you
again.
then. Thanks,
But,
Eddie.
For
Yeah,
sure,
and
guys.
thank you everyone for listening, and we'll be back next week.
We'll see you next week with a new
more-
artist.
Yeah, Hunter Roosh is going to be on the show.
Yep.
So,
See ya.
okay, bye.